Hello everybody, this is Anthony Moss. I'm back again with another campaign video. For those of you who have been following the videos that I've dropped, I thank you, for following me. And for anybody else, welcome. If this is the first video, I encourage you to check out some of the other videos that I've made in the past. Alright, so this video, I intend to keep it short and to the point. Alright, so this video is about unemployment and addressing unemployment in America, as well as creating jobs. Alright, so one of the things that I want to do is work with these right to work states. Alright, so with many of these right to work states, employees are vulnerable to being fired without cause. And obviously they have no room for argument for increased wages or benefits. So what I want to do is try to do something about that. Not so much with the benefits and wages. That's something totally different. I've done a video on that before. I don't think I released it. But to where I wanted to raise the minimum wage. So I'm gonna have to go back and look. If I haven't released it, I'm gonna have to find that video and release it. But I definitely want to work with these states in changing their laws so that workers are protected from being terminated for no reason, and that certain policies be put in place so that something has to prove justification for termination, and there be some kind of paper trail or something, some kind of proof leading up to why you terminated this person. So as things are, a lot of these right to work states, if you're working in one of these states, you can be fired for no reason whatsoever, and that greatly contributes to the unemployment rate. So that's something that I want to work on. And something else that I'm big on. So if you've seen the video or any videos that I've dropped in regards to education reform, one of the things that I'm pushing for is an increase in small businesses, an increase in entrepreneurs and people becoming business owners, starting their own businesses within their communities, whatever. So to help that along, one of the things that I want to push for is government grants. I know back in the day, when the economy was better, there used to be grant programs available for various things. Well, I definitely want to make that more readily available for startup businesses, as well as for small businesses that are already existing that may need help bettering themselves and getting themselves known, getting themselves out there, or whatever their issue is. I also just recently did a video on education reform. And in that video, I mentioned some of the plans that I have for education reform for the schools, which would include new jobs, new career fields within the education system. Some jobs are already existing and they would just kind of be integrated into the education system, but others would be new jobs. And now that I think about it, I missed a couple points, so I may have to do a part 2 to that video. But in creating these new jobs, there will be new fields in the education system that would create jobs as well, that don't necessarily require a whole lot of background, for certain positions. Some positions still require certain background, certain training, certain education, but there are some positions that are that I plan on that will be more easily available. All right, so I haven't dropped my primary video on criminal justice reform yet, or actually There's going to be a bunch of videos. There's so much to fix in the criminal justice system that I have to do a bunch of different videos just to cover so many different topics. Well, one of my goals, which I'm going to just briefly touch on it and then that'll be it, but it explains how jobs will become available. One of my goals is to clean house. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of people in places within the criminal justice system holding specific jobs and career fields that should not be employed in those fields, period. So my goal is to thoroughly investigate that, clean house, and then fill those positions with qualified applicants. So that is going to make some jobs available for those who are seeking employment. Now, for those who lose their jobs, you know, you pretty much had to have been doing some really corrupt stuff or involved in something that you shouldn't have been involved in or whatever. I'll get into that in another video, but you know, if you lose your job, it's because you deserved it. But it will open doors for qualified candidates who should be in those positions. And that's a very broad topic. The criminal justice system is huge. Part of that would be an increase in jobs in the prison system. So again, I haven't dropped that video yet. There's so much to touch on. But the prison system alone has, in the way that I want to do prison reform, there's going to be more jobs available. You know, as far as counseling jobs, therapy jobs, treatment jobs, probation and parole jobs, you know, juvenile justice. There's going to be so much more that's available. So I won't get into detail with that on this video, but there's a lot of jobs that will come available through policing, through the court system, through the prison system, and you know, just in criminal justice in general. I also, I did that video. Okay, so I also did a video on healthcare reform, and very briefly, because it was, I believe it was a short video. Excuse me. Very briefly, I did mention that in the way that I planned on, you know, the healthcare reform process, it would create jobs. It would create more healthcare jobs and opportunities. And as things are, there are a lot of healthcare professionals that are overwhelmed. As you know, there's already a need for healthcare professionals. There is no shortage in needing these healthcare professionals. Well, there's going to be an even more demand for healthcare professionals. And if education reform goes the way that I planned it to, we will be able to get more qualified individuals into those fields a whole lot sooner, with less cost, and to the candidates. So there's a lot across the healthcare field, education field, criminal justice field, and even in some local government areas, which again, I'll have to go into more detail in some of my more in-depth videos. But I plan on a lot of jobs becoming available, as well as the qualifications for some of those jobs changing. So that's just something that, you know, you got to keep an eye out for, if I'm elected, of course. Also, small businesses. I encourage small businesses. I'm a big fan of small business. Matter of fact, I'm an entrepreneur myself. I will not put my business out here on these videos. You know, this isn't the place for, you know, any kind of advertising or anything like that. I think that's illegal anyway. But, you know, I encourage other people to do the same. I encourage other people to go out there and start, you know, small businesses, things that can help their communities, or things that may even be able to grow and help, you know, other communities here and there, or whatever. You know, you may be an inventor and you need to get, your foot in the door to get these things started. You know, I encourage that, and I want to make that process easier, and enable more people to be able to start their own businesses, or to help grow the businesses that they're already in. So that's just a brief but to the point video about how I want to address unemployment, how I want to create jobs. There will be, I'm pretty sure, I'll drop another video somewhere down the line that's way more in depth, way more descriptive in how I want to do these things. But those are my goals as far as creating jobs and addressing unemployment. Again, I thank you for your time and watching my videos. Please feel free to drop any questions, comments, concerns in the comment section. Again, keep an eye out for me. My name is Anthony Moss. I am a write-in candidate for the 2020 election of, to become president of the United States. I hope I have your vote. Thanks again, and please also feel free, if you want, to hit the subscribe button. You can follow my videos. You can also just check out my YouTube channel and see my videos there. Thanks again, and have a good one.